cream cheese treats are sure to satisfy with their sweet and creamy flavors. This perfect no-bake on-the-go snack is great for school lunches and picnics. For this recipe, the ingredients that we'll need are butter, which I've melted at room temperature, Philadelphia cream cheese, Jell-O sugar-free gelatin powder, cold water, and strawberries, which I've already minced ahead of time. Keep in mind that all of these ingredients are pre-weighed. When you're calculating for your child's meal plan, ensure that you're calculating to your own specific meal plan using a gram scale. To begin the fruity cream cheese treats, I will mix together the melted butter, the cream cheese, the sugar-free gelatin powder. We used blackberry, however, you can of course substitute for other sugar-free flavors. Now mix this together. Continue mixing until all of the cream cheese chunks are dissolved. So you want to be sure that everything is thoroughly combined evenly. Once we're all finished mixing that, we're going to add in a teaspoon of cold water. What this does is it helps smooth out the mixture. It also helps yield a larger volume. Now I will mix in the minced strawberries. If you would like to substitute this carbohydrate, of course you can. I recommend maybe doing it with a different fruit such as blackberries, blueberries, or even if you wanted to make it more pliable, I would say coconut flour would be also an excellent option for a carbohydrate. Okay, now we're all finished mixing. I will now begin to move the mixture into our silicone mold. The silicone mold that I'm using is in the shape of bears. However, you can use any silicone mold that you have. We recommend using silicone molds for this recipe because once it freezes in the freezer, it's much easier to pop it out by pressing the back of it. If you were to use an aluminum or a metal pan, it's much more difficult to remove. Spread the batter out evenly throughout the entire silicone mold. You want to be sure that they're evenly distributed and one side is not larger than the other and vice versa. All right. Now we'll place it in the freezer for about 20 minutes for it to solidify. If you're taking this to go, I recommend leaving it in the freezer for maybe about 24 hours, then removing and keeping it with an ice pack. A great example would be for school lunches. However, if you're eating it right away, you can just leave it in the freezer for about 20 minutes, remove it, and enjoy. Okay, the fruity cream cheese treats are all done freezing. To remove them, we'll flip the silicone mold on the opposite side and we'll push down. Make sure you're pressing down on every corner first instead of pushing down on the middle. The reason for this is because you don't, well, for this example, there's paws. So you don't want the cream cheese to be stuck in the paws. Okay? And they're all finished. I hope your Keto Kid enjoys this recipe.
The delicious sweet treat that incorporates healthy fresh fruits and dietary fat to make it a perfect ketogenic treat.